Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention please? Thank you very much. As you can see, we are reduced to standing only. But we've got Daniel on first, who is from the TheAspieWorld. And they're going to be talking about their own sort of experiences relating to autism and things. So please give them both a very big round of applause. Thanks very much.
I'll just have to stand here because I've got my notes very professionally laid out on my iPhone because I'm cool. Okay, so yeah, it's excessively busy in here, but I'll try and make this as fun as possible. So I'm Dan, and I run a YouTube channel called TheAspieWorld. There's no R in there. A lot of people get confused, do say Aspire, but it actually says AspieWorld. And basically I advocate for autism and neurodiversity. So I've got a diagnosis of Aspergers syndrome and a bunch of other stuff, but we won't go into it, we'll just say Aspergers syndrome. But so yeah, so I do a YouTube channel, and my YouTube channel actually has just hit 34,000 subscribers, but it's won 2 awards. It won YouTube Next Up Award, which is an award for like up-and-coming channels in the UK, and the second thing it won was the best, like out of all of the blogs talking about autism in the world, it won like number 9 out of all of them. So anyway, so that's kind of cool. So that's what I do, and this is like my brand. And the reason I'm pacing through this, I've only got 15 minutes, so I'm going to make sure that I'm doing this in time or somebody's going to kill me or something, I don't know. Anyway, moving on. So YouTube, why do I use application on YouTube? Why do I advocate for autism on YouTube? YouTube has a platform of over 1,300,000,000 active users, which is an excessive amount of people accessing a lot of data. I think it goes to something like 50,000 hours of watch time a day, which is a lot. But the idea of YouTube is that it's a open and free community where you can actually just say your mind. And so I started on YouTube back in 2013, but I didn't actually do anything on there until 2015. So when I started building a community on YouTube, it led me to do what I do. So the reason I use YouTube specifically is because I'm able to build a community of people who are like-minded and who can seek for real-life examples. So I talk about things that I do and how things affect me and how I annoy my girlfriend on a daily basis. But, you know, and some people can relate to that and they have fun with it, and then they can ask me questions. And the idea is to build a solid community of people with authority, and the authority is what I'll get to later, which is the overall goal of the channel. So yeah, so that's one reason. Another reason is that it's creativity. I feel like the answer to everybody's focus is creativity, no matter what you're doing in what field. And so YouTube allows full creativity across the board. So when I started YouTube, I was rubbish at camera work. Rubbish. I couldn't film anything. But then I studied and I learned because I had hyper-focus on something I was obsessed about. So I got obsessed with YouTube. So I stayed up all night looking at YouTube algorithmic changes. Very exciting stuff. For me, my girlfriend isn't too pleased, but you know, I really get into it, and I love that because you can learn how to manipulate something, but it's hyper-focused with creativity, and that's like number one for me. I'm big on creativity. On my brand, you know, I advocate for autism and stuff, and I say that creativity is everything, and so that's what we do. And then the other thing is that it builds confidence. Now this is quite interesting. A lot of people ask me this, and I've done a talk before in different autism shows, and people ask why I do it. And, you know, and if their kids get into it, is it good? And I say it's a good thing because it builds confidence. Before doing this, I wouldn't be able to get up and speak to everybody because I'd have nothing to talk about. But by having something I really nerd over, like YouTube, and talking about my experiences, I get to build confidence. And confidence is everything. And without confidence, you have nothing, and without confidence, you'll just fall apart. And everybody strives for confidence because I think it's the key to success in a society based on neurotypical kind of values. So you need confidence to get through these barriers. Okay, it doesn't always work, but it's definitely the basis of what I do on YouTube. And okay, so I'm just pacing through this, so please bear with me. So, inspiration. I use YouTube because it inspires me. It inspires me to do more. And the reason it inspires me is because I see there's a message to give to anybody who has access to a computer and access to what I'm doing. So the idea is to inspire people to come on board, be part of a community that I'm growing online with everything I do with YouTube. And the community will build an authority, what I was talking about earlier. And the authority is that I'm currently at 34,000 subscribers, but my goal is to get to 100,000 subscribers. And when I get to 100,000 subscribers, it gives me a basis of authority to start changing the way social and public services to treat people with autism or neurodiversity. And the reason I say this is because if we went back to like the 50s, or even, you know, the 40s and the 20s, you know, wheelchair access was nothing, you know. Now it's a standard because people understand, okay, disabilities, it's physical, you can see the wheelchair, now I have to get it. And if you didn't have wheelchair access to your shop, you got egg on your face and everyone will sue you and stuff. And so that's a standard, and it's a standard people respect, and people need to respect that. But like, you're shopping and stuff, Tesco lights are horrible, these aren't particularly too great. And like, there's no accommodation for people with neurodiversity or autism in general. So the idea is that I want to be a voice of reason or an authority on a channel to say, look, I've got 100,000 people who are interested in signing anything I put out. So that's a lot of people, you know, pushing something forward, an idea. So it's to give the idea weight and to give it momentum, and that's what I'm doing with what I do. So it inspires me to do more every day because so many people come on, and I get, like, it's crazy. The amount of communications I get from people, and I say this to everybody, I get thousands of messages a month. I probably get about 10,000 in an average month. I get 10,000 communications, and that's parents, people with autism, carers, nurses, everything you can think of, just asking me questions like I'm some kind of like doctor or specialist. I'm like, I don't know, I'm just putting this stuff about how I annoy people, and like, it's crazy. So the idea is that there's people there who want to learn. So what I did is I set up a Facebook group, which is getting almost to 1,000 down there. I set up a couple of months ago, and the idea of the Facebook group is to get people in there and talking to each other. So that maybe like somebody has an experience in shopping with kids, and somebody's got like a young diagnosis, and they've never like been to like theme parks, and so maybe they know they can share that idea. So the idea is again building community, and the community will build support, and the support will then back something and backs an idea. And the idea is that we can change the way big conglomerates or big things, public services, even hospitals. I remember I was in a car crash. I went to this hospital. I was on this bed. It was horrible. It was the most unkind of like I don't know, like satisfying thing ever. Like, not like hospitals are supposed to be good, but it was not accommodating. I mean, if you had a wheelchair, you could just fly up there and be awesome. But like, no, if you're autism, it's like no. And he'd say to me, like, you're not trained in autism. Why aren't GPs trained in autism and neurodiversity? Bonkers. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do. So yeah, and so the idea, I always say autism is my superpower, and I'm going to obviously pace through this. And the reason I say it's my superpower is because what I do differently on my channel, there's a bunch of people talking about autism on the internet. Loads of people, you type in Aspergers on the internet or whatever, or autism, you see a bunch of people like, oh, I just can't get out of bed today, it's horrible. So it's like, oh God, you watch it, you feel worse. I remember watching it, and I Googled it, I was like, because I got diagnosed, I didn't know anything about Asperger's syndrome or ADHD, I was like, I don't know what I'm talking about. So I went in there, typed in Asperger's syndrome, this guy's depressing me, let's get it. And I just felt horrible, I was like, I don't want to do that. And I thought, wow, what if I could do videos? Because I've got ADHD as well, so please bear with me. But, not like you haven't noticed. But, and I was like, what if I could do videos that make people really happy to watch the videos? I'd be like, oh, listen to this guy talking absolute nonsense for no reason for 20 minutes. But I love it. And I was like, yeah, that's a cool idea. So I decided to use it as my superpower rather than drag me down. And it inspires me. So I decided that, because I have hyper-focus on the wrong things, so it's a downfall in other ways where, like, my girlfriend was talking to me and it's like, just zone off into something. I'm like, whoa, how did this cog get me? I'm just thinking about this. Anyway, so that was like hyper-focus in the wrong way. So I don't listen to, she's like, you didn't listen to anything I just said. And I was like, oh, sorry, I was focusing on this thing I heard about 6 years ago, and I was just thinking about it and how this computer was put together, and I was thinking about abstract. Anyway, so I decided that, why don't I put it to the test? Why don't I push myself to the limit? So I did, and I'll just give you an example of how I use it to be my superpower. So I decided, the first thing I did, I was like hyper-focused on things that were very intricate, like chemistry. I'd never done anything, I'd never got any degrees, if anything before that, I've got no school qualifications, bugger all. And then I decided that I would try to do a degree. So I went, when I was like 27 or something, I went to an access course, went in there, never done a maths test in my life, aced it. I'm like, oh, well, that was weird. So then, so I got past that, and then they offered me a place at university to do chemistry. So I did the chemistry degree, so now I have a degree in chemistry, and everyone will love this. For my dissertation, I made a teaching tool for complex chemistry concepts in Minecraft. So I made a Minecraft world that had, it's called group theory, and it's a point group theory of molecular symmetry, which is really awesome stuff. I know you're all excited about it. But I made the Minecraft universe so you could teach kids this, and it was awesome, it was amazing. Actually, Microsoft were really interested in buying it, a lot of cool stuff. Anyway, moving on from that, I was like, well, I did that. And then so I wrote a book. While I was doing my degree, I also wrote a book. But I didn't write a book. I had a ghostwriter help me write a book, because I'm dyslexic as well. So I'm really bad at writing, and I can't even write my own writing. I write something down, I'm like, oh man, I don't even know what I just said. So I had to get somebody to help me write it, but I had a ghostwriter to help me write it. So I wrote a book, and that was cool. And the book's out, I got a publishing deal, it's all over the world. You go anywhere and find my book, it's crazy. I mean, I got #1 on Amazon 3 times. What was that about? Anyway, so that was kind of cool. And then another thing was not only building my YouTube channel, and I'll tell you the last thing, I'll end on my YouTube channel goals, so I won't take too much time, but the last thing I'll say about using my superpower is that I'm a multi-musician. musician, self-taught amateur musician. Somebody said to me, can you play guitar one day? When I was like 13, I said no. So I thought, oh, maybe I could. So I picked up guitar, play guitar, and I would do that, do the bass guitar, do the drums, do the piano, violin, cello. So I could do a lot of different things. But so I decided that I was in a band for ages, we weren't doing anything. So I decided to use focus my attention on goals. So when you focus your attention on goals, your whole world of how you interact with everything shifts, and it shifts towards the goal. And she's using vision boards. So I made a vision board. I said, right, I want to have a record out in Japan. I don't know, it was cool, wasn't it, Japan? So I was like, done. And then within a couple of months, we got a record deal in Japan. I thought, oh my goodness. So we did it. We got a record out in Japan. It got to number 5 in the Japanese newcomer chart, HMV. And I was like, wow. This is like my band's CD was there next to like Blink-182, Green Day and stuff. This is the weirdest thing in the world. But it's cool. But it means that the downfall is, yeah, in a neurotypical environment, I piss people off. But in my environment, I can do amazing things. But it's not just because I'm me. It's because, you know, I'm individual, and everybody who has neurodiversity can actually help push themselves forward and use it as a superpower. And the last thing I'll finish on is that my channel was, my YouTube channel was like 10,000, and I was crap at making YouTube videos. And I wanted to make it amazing, because I thought, you know, I never really go half-assed into it. I've got to go right in and do it properly. So I was like, how am I going to do it? So I decided that I wanted to get 100,000 subscribers, and because again, the authority thing is, how am I going to do it? I knew nothing about it. And then I learned about the YouTube algorithm. And then when I made a vision board, I said, right, get 100,000 subscribers. When I did this vision board, I was on something like 13,000 subscribers, and that was in November, just gone. Now the channel's just hit 34,000 subscribers like 2 days ago, which is crazy. So that's like excessive growth over a small period of time, because of the focus that I gave to a specific topic, because I aligned my mind with that focus, which is crazy, but it's cool and it works. So what I do is I go around and advocate for it. But one of the main things I tell people is to, like, don't use it as a bad thing. Just say, well, what am I good at? You know, if I'm good at talking fast, maybe I could be a rapper someday. Hey, well, I don't know, maybe not white guy rapper. Sorry, but Eminem, yellow, whatever. But apart from that, that's pretty much me. So yeah, 100,000 subscribers. Here I go. Thank you for listening to my stupid talk. And if you want to talk to me, I've been talking about